second trait of adaptability?
Being open to new experiences, including work environments, roles, and tasks.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. Imagine a coworker calls in sick and your boss asks you to sit in for them. It's going to be a whole lot easier if you're adaptable to the situation to do that.
Ronnie, do you have any experience having to be adaptable to those kind of changes?
Oh yeah, for sure. My first job was at a movie theater, and I was an usher, and I had never worked the cash register. And my coworker calls in sick, and my manager says, "Ronnie, you're on a register." And I said, I don't know how to do that. And he was like, "Ask someone to show you how." And I literally had like 5 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, to learn how to work the register, because I'd never worked with money. And it was scary because I didn't want to, like, you know, give too much change or too little, or, you know, just mess up the register. And the crowd started coming in, you know, a lot of people, because it was a Friday night. And I noticed that most people were asking for a like large popcorn and a medium drink. So what I did was I made a ton of medium drinks. Like, I had them ready, and same with the popcorn. I had them all ready so that I could just focus on the register, you know, to make sure, like, I could take my time and not mess up an order and give the right change and all that.
Well, great for you for jumping in and being willing to not only take on the position, but for being adaptable to the situation and coming up with a sort of process that helped you succeed in that job.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
right?
obviously impressed by your adaptability, which is so important in this job market, in this work environment that's changing so fast, that people like you that are adaptable to the situation have a huge competitive edge.
Yeah, you have to. You have to be. And it's fun to learn something new,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, what do you think would have happened if you weren't able to be that adaptable?
Well, I think my boss would have said, "Ronnie, you may not work here anymore." You know, because, yeah, they want you to be able to do the concessions, you know, work the box office, you know, be an usher. You know, you kind of have to be able to play all the roles, because you never know who's going to call in sick, you know, who gets in a car accident, who's running late.
Well, situations like that can be really scary and intimidating, right? A lot of people choose not to take on challenges like that for fear of failure. But if you're not jumping in and doing things like that, what you did, then you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're not going to advance in your career.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, for me, I think, you know, the idea of just doing the same thing over and over again is just, I mean, to me, it's scarier than the prospect of, you know, failing a few times.
I think it's important to acknowledge the times you benefited from being open to new experiences. Think of a time when you were able to do something new, like Ronnie, then find a partner and exchange stories. Make sure you talk about how you were able to get over the fear of doing something new.